much, now I'm swallowed. Now I'm the fool while you're breaking rules. Dangerous path that I follow. Oh, go on, just do what you do.
Okay. Alright. Find it. Any decent playlist. Oh, that was way too much. Whatever. Oh, this is gonna be terrifying. Let's run it. Fuck it. Jewelers. Ooh. Rarity to div cards? Probably not worth anything. Even if I want to waste anything on this. Let's see. I'll throw Abyss on it. This is probably going to be a rip, but oh well. Be really careful about what altars we take on this map, because holy shit. Okay. Still waiting for my mirror shard drops. Happen one day. Just a fracturing orb drop would be nice. Maps drop. I have more annulments than I know what to do with. At least they're going up in price a little bit, but maybe not. Last time I sold 42 for one divine, and then when I checked them last it was like 35 for one, but I feel like the strategy is just going to get more and more popular, and things like ancient orders and everything. Right before any of the spots before. So basically, as long as Desecrate comes before Detonate Dead, because it triggers downwards on the links, if that makes any sense. So like, cast on crit, Desecrate, then DD, just going down the links is kind of the order of operations for it. But the other slots don't matter, right? You just need Desecrate to come before Detonate Dead in the links. Crazy to me that this build is completing this kind of content with no Headhunter and Mage Blood. Yeah, so basically, like I said, the only thing that matters is that if you're looking at it like a chain of command going from the first link down the slots, you just need Desecrate to come before Detonate Dead. That way it triggers before Detonate Dead. The whole idea is you're trying to trigger the Desecrate before the Detonate Dead, so you're spawning the corpses and then exploding them. But all the other jewels, none of the order of them matters after that. As long as Cast of Crit is in the link setup, it'll activate the jewels, or it'll activate the gems in a descending order, if that makes any sense. Try as soon as I get out of this map, I'll really focus on it with you, so you can really understand what I'm saying. Okay, so essentially just think of the chain of operations going from the first link, or the first gem, all the way to the last, right? So you just need Desecrate to come before Detonate Dead in this chain, right? So if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, this just needs to come before it. That's all. Everything else doesn't matter where it is, but this just needs to come before Detonate Dead. Yeah, I get what you mean. But yeah, as long as Desecrate comes before Detonate Dead of Chain Reaction, you're in good shape. Yeah, I've self-farmed everything. Or do you mean, oh, no, I'm sorry, I purchased it. Yeah, no, I didn't drop it. Yeah, I purchased it, and I got a decent rolled one back for like 8 or 9 divines. I think they're like north of 12 or 14 or something like that now. the overall cost in the build is continuing to kind of rise. I bought my weapon last night for about 9 divines, and the last I price checked it, their cheapest one on the market's like 15. Yeah, I think I had mine on like day 3 or something like that. Maybe I'm mistaken. It could have been. I know I didn't spend 14. It was probably around 10 or 11 at the most. But yeah. I mean, the cluster jewels are going crazy too. I hate crafting cluster jewels too, so I literally couldn't be asked. I just bought those. This league mechanic just okay. This league mechanic just kind of shits out currency though. I mean, it's like I don't know. You just kind of just keep running. Like the scarabs are not. Some of the scarabs you get are just will pay for like entire pieces by themselves. 500 alterations. It sucks. I have one just sitting in my currency tab that I just throw like 5 chaos on every now and again just to try to roll and sell. But it's pretty unlikely. But you never know. But that's the kind of small things you do that you might end up eventually making profit on, but maybe not. That guy hits like a truck. We're gonna stay away from him. Ancient orbs are down so bad already, I can't even imagine what they're gonna be like. Fossil craft, yeah. That's not too bad. What are the fossils? But then you're buying fossils and resonators. That sucks. I've yet to drop a single decent corpse either. Like not even a singular one. Scorched Ents, third. I don't know. Yeah, I honestly I haven't. I think the last time I really actually looked into crafting clusters was back like the time I like really played SSF. Otherwise, I just usually buy them. Oh yeah, wow, that's expensive. Or so 100C each attempt, or 100C? No, there's no way 100C total, right? Or I have not looked into pricing at all on any fossils. I couldn't even remember the last time I really even sold any of my fossils. It's been such a long time. I probably should. I mean, oh, you're running an SSF, 100C total. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, but then just getting the fossils is gonna be a pain. Yeah, I know there's tons of money in just like crafting, uh, crafting, well, crafting anything, but crafting these clusters. As long as you're hitting it like the right time, you can always be making money crafting clusters, but I don't know. It's not very fun to me. But people play the game for different reasons, and that is all good. That was a juicy map. I think we pulled like a decent scarab out of there. Yeah, exactly. There's no way there are 20 divs now. Really? No. 3.5 divines for these. Unless there's something else that people are running that I'm not seeing. 3.5, yeah, on both. 20 div is crazy. Yeah, I thought I pulled a crazy scarab out of there, but maybe I'm misremembering. I know I pulled a T17, but they're going down. TNT bulk tool. Nope. Nope. Nothing too fun. 8 passive fire? No, I'm running LE damage ones. Is there anything to gain by running the fire ones? Sorry, now I have to look this up. 12% versus 10%. Yeah, I mean, but for a 17 div difference, that's a lot. I'm fine with the with that for right now. All right, so yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, eventually, right? It's never a bad thing to have like aspirational goals, anyways, right? But there's so many larger upgrades in the meantime. Okay. I need to actually build up a decent map pool so I can start rolling these a little bit better as well. But I just really didn't feel like buying maps. Ooh. You can run that. Reduce flash charges sucks, but oh well. That's not too crazy, actually. Yeah, shouldn't be too bad. I say that, and then I'll just pick the worst altars ever and just get smacked. Anything fun here? No. Never. Never fun. I did drop this crazy all flame earlier for finally something, and this is now selling for like 3 divines. I don't even know how to use this in the best way. Something with just crazy quantity, I'm sure, like this, but I don't know. I just still feel like I won't make 3 divines back with it. What do I want? We'll just throw quantity up here and ball splinters or something. Is there any pack size increases? No. Yes. Yeah, that's fine. We just want more rare monsters. And they always put RBs like right outside the spawn. Just be like, hey, you're here. Surprise. Holy shit. Why did I walk myself back here? Dropped a synth amethyst ring earlier with tier 1 life on it, which is nice. It's fractured ring. Yeah, they could not have made this little coffin icon any smaller on this thing. Trying my best to utilize those Necropolis nodes on the tree to get the ghosts coming out for extra rarity and quant, but it's so hard to like click in the middle of all of this and managing altars and then just try not to face plant. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else saw that, like, You know, when I was thinking about like the Harpy stuff and like watching Grim talk about it and everything, I completely forgot that they can drop mirror shards. And with the upgraded or with the Scarab, you can just drop entire mirrors from the Harbingers. I mean, it'll never happen to me or probably anybody else, but still pretty cool. I just kind of like that's the kind of stuff that I love having like in my strategies is just like the possibility for some just absolutely insane stuff to like just pop off. Just kind of makes you feel like every single map you put in is just gonna be like nuts. Like every single time you kill a Harbinger, you're just like, this could be it. This could be the one. But most of the time it's not. It only takes one time. Yeah, I heard. Is Legion dead? Is anyone running Legion? I feel like, Thomas Jewels are always going to be expensive. I'd also like to see some cooler all flames. I think they added like 20 or something. I feel like I have only seen one. Which is really surprising. It just doesn't seem like they drop very much at all. I was really thinking that with the update they were like gonna be implying that you'd be using like multiple on every map. Or at least that was kind of like my belief of how they wanted to do it. But it doesn't seem like that's the case. Maybe. I don't know. Just unlucky. Always a possibility. This has definitely been one of my favorite leagues so far, which is really cool. And I think a lot of people are not too happy with it, but I think the crafting stuff is really cool. I'm usually like not big into like crafting just for profit. I like sometimes crafting my own gear, but more often than not I'll just craft like when I play SSF or something, which I inevitably run like one or two SSF characters, usually after I get bored of Trade League. And I'm really excited to try it then. And the nice thing is that a lot of it will probably be figured out too, so it won't be as much trial and error on my part. I haven't even looked at like the SSF side of things. I have no idea what people are really playing over there. I imagine like SRS or something else. It's funny too, because like normally I am way more involved with like knowing what's going on with the league, but since I tried doing even just a smidge of content creation, I didn't realize how much time investment it actually can take, and it's kind of like eaten up more of my free time than that I would spend just like reading about the league or browsing the subreddit or something, looking at PoE Ninja. But it feels good to be back in Jungle Valley. Could just sell like a 6% mana reservation small cluster for like 7 divines. Which can't remember last time I dropped one of those. One of the other things too that I found was pretty cool is running Blood Rage, just because at max level you get what, like 14%, and if I quality it, it'll be 20% at max rank with for attack speed, which feels really nice. Tier 7 mana, huh? That's not very nice. I really need to clean this tab, but I still don't feel like it. Okay, what was this? There was this one item in here. Through Fractured Life. Wow, went down. Surprise! Such a nice base. Okay, how's the Scarab tag looking? Nice. One of the great things too about this strategy is that you just always feel like you have the Scarabs you need. I mean, you're inevitably gonna need to buy just like your rusted ones, but like I've been mostly sustaining, you know, these two, which is cool. Especially since we're, you know, blocking them, or well, not blocking them, but increasing their drop rate on the tree here. These ambush scarabs are probably worth going for as well. Just like really not feeling this up here. And it could be useful to get more jungle valleys because I'm not getting super positive on maps right now. Does anyone else know like what kind of scarabs are really popping off? Is ambush? I know like Essence was kind of crazy, but is ambush gonna be like big? I feel like there's like a big strategy of just like spamming maps with like ambush, going for like the monster's treasure with rogue exiles, and then like the divines convert to jewelry or something, or jewelry converts to divines, and you can make like 50 divines or something in a map. If I just drop this, I kind of want to pick this up for ambush scarabs. It's worth it. I think it's worth it. Or I could just go actually finish my Atlas tree and get the rest of my points. Still missing 6. Just Care Blade's probably pretty cheap. Just see what Karak has in here. Just scouting reports, maybe we can just hit some unique maps real quick. I need both of these. Oh. Do this one, I hate this map. Whatever. I hate it especially with Frostbite. I have not enough CDR, never mind. Okay. It was easy enough. I don't think so, but why? No, what am I doing? Of course not. Okay. Unique map. Cool. Works. This is one of my favorite maps. The idea is really cool. When was the last time we got like a thematic, unique map? It was like there was a bunch of stuff like this before. And people probably like, I don't know. Maybe it was because like the whole Grandmaster is on the Atlas thing for a while or something. They just stopped doing it. Some of these are pretty cool. Even if they are super long. Just double chasing. Die? I think so. You died? Yeah, okay. Do really like this Shaper Slam like kill, although like when he like just randomly yells sometimes in the map, it like freaks me out and gives me PTSD. But it's cool. Just comes in and dunks them. So if I have like Cirrus shooting laser beams at them. Alright, nice. So I'm gonna grab here. Has anyone played around with this mode? This mode is insane. I don't know if anyone really actually tried using this, but this stuff is like ridiculously challenging. Like this and like the harvest thing are probably some of the most crazy stuff out there. I wonder if there's any even reason to farm it. Like it just seems so ludicrously strong. I think we want to work into this, but not take that. Sir, good luck with your craft. There you are. Enjoy your EA totems. Actually, got a decent chunk of maps out of that, which is cool. I like literally can't add. It was really bad. Okay. Cool. Alright, let's go back to blasting Jungle Valleys, because that's where we live. Can you explain the gear you're using? Yeah, absolutely. So, had you know anything about the build or anything of where it is? Like, so there's like some specifics here. I mean, we're using a weapon with hits can't be evaded, and we're scaling fire damage and basically elemental damage on the build because we're utilizing Detonate Dead of Chain Reaction. So something like this weapon where we just are looking for a high critical strike chance, high attacks per second, Overall, we went armor and evasion across the board because we are utilizing determination and grace to just scale armor and evasion, defiance banner as well. You know, the holy trinity for defenses. This chest piece here, we really want the prefix for elemental or physical damage taken as elemental damage because it just helps a ton with the physical mitigation. Suppression, we're gonna suppress cap on the tree or get close to it. Okay. I mean, is there anything specific, or you just want me to go over all of it? I've gone over a bunch of it in some of my videos too, so this can make a good reference point. There's also my POB in my latest video too. But yeah, if there's something specific you'd like me to answer, I can certainly do that for you, Daniel. My strength fell off a cliff. Actually, kind of want to look for a new belt. I will do that while Daniel asks me what he needs. Life, chaos, resist. 100 life, 14 chaos, 14 cooldown recovery, right? Let's just see. Okay. That's pretty good. I feel like this thing has been on the market forever. 20 minutes ago. This thing's crazy. 104 strength. 22 chaos resistance. Not bad. Wow, this one's really good too. 8 divines, basically, for a belt. How do I get to use all the auras? I can't force in more than 2. Okay, so you're going to need to get this wheel here, right? So we're looking specifically for the increased mana reservation efficiency of skills that we're going to find on these 2 nodes, which are huge. You get 24% there. And then up here as well, you're going to grab another 8%. So both of these are pretty important for getting all of the auras running. Also, if you're not in the position, or if you haven't transitioned into the hits can't be evaded weapon, you're going to be running precision because you're going to need the accuracy chance as well as the critical strike chance, and you're going to need to level that to a level you can, and then you're also going to need to be taking Eldritch Battery. So you have those, and you can't get more than 2 auras running. Are you sure it's not linked to anything else that's increasing the reservation efficiency? Sometimes stupid things like Second Wind and other random gems can like increase the aura efficiency, or well, increase the value, making it cost more mana to reserve it. If you have your POB, I'll take a look. Yeah, with these you should really have no problem, because what are we looking at? You know, 37, 7, and 37. So you're, yeah, you might need to, yeah, maybe just check what level your precision is, yeah, or vitality if you're running in a, you know, hits can't be evaded weapon. But those are the 2 things I can think of. You know, you'd be surprised at what actually will increase the reservation efficiency on some skills. Ah, okay. Yeah, I would just make sure, just put all of them in a separate link or something just to be certain or something, but yeah, you should be able to run the Enduring Cry, Call to Arms, Defiance Banner, Vitality or Precision. You should be running, well, make sure too, if you have Haste, that you're not running Haste as an aura as well. We're running it as a Divine Blessing. So that could definitely be a cause too. I should get better gloves with +1 AoE gems. Now that you say that. But we're farming pretty comfortably, and we're just gonna keep stacking currency. How much does anyone know? How much is Awakened cast on crit right now? It was like just going to the moon, I remember. This is one I really wish I would have bought in on early. Yeah, it's 44 divines, 45 divines now. I think there were like 32 divines a day or two. Yeah, you just basically use haste as like a DPS increase. You just pop it when you can. And if you don't have a large ES pool, it's not super efficient, or um, you might not be able to do it as often as you'd like. It just kind of depends on the content, what you're doing. Oh, no, you're fine, man. This is a place to come and ask the questions. I'll do my best to answer them. This is my first time playing this build specifically, but I have, over 4,000 hours on this game, so I know a lot about a lot of builds, but not everything about every build. And I'll just try to figure it out with you, if anything. Shit. Okay, let's blast the map. I've been walking around doing anything for a while. Yeah. Do really want to get Awaken Cast on crit eventually. But it's crazy expensive. I mean, I'll have to just really decide if that's what I'm going to be doing, if I'm going to be investing in this. Dude, it's still, I mean, 1,500 hours. I feel like it was only in like the last 4 leagues that I really figured out how to play. Yeah, this is my starter. Yeah, I started this character. I was pretty fortunate that like early on in the campaign, like I was able to sell like a bunch of stupid stuff to make like early chaos. Like I sold like 2 orbs of binding for like 2 chaos like really early on, and that was able to like snipe the trans gems for like super cheap right off the mark, like right off the couple that were coming in. And then right out of the campaign, I just bought a battered foil and like alteration spammed it for like T7 attack speed and just sent it, and it worked. So, and I have a guy on my friends list that added me. He commented on one of my videos and asked for help, and I've been kind of like walking him through step by step, and it was his first starter, or it was his league starter too. So 20 quality on Lancing Steel and Sniper's Mark. That's a good question. Um, Sniper's Mark actually probably arguably more important, but both are important, but not needed to get the build running. So um, the quality on Sniper's Mark is great because it's going to give you way more consistent power charge uptime rather than not having it. And then the quality on Lancing Steel is excellent because it's just going to increase your, you're getting 2 more projectiles, right? And that's one of the things that make this this build so good, is that we have all the projectiles, which is just basically making up for, well, it's allowing us to not really care as much about hitting breakpoints on CDR with attacks per second. But yeah, I think both are really good, but you don't need them to get them off the ground. But definitely a worthy investment, especially early on if you can afford them. Like, I don't know what Assassin's Mark 20 quality is right now. I'm sure Lancing Steel is probably pretty expensive, but when I got my level 1 20 quality Assassin's Mark, it was like 14 chaos. So for like that kind of investment, it was definitely worth it. But yeah, as you can see, even when using haste, like it takes off, 90% of my energy shield. So if I'm not careful when I use it, I could just kill myself pretty easily. But it definitely feels really good when you have, either haste or Vol haste up. You just, I usually try to like pop Vol haste when I run into a Harbinger pack, or just as much as possible, but having Vol haste specifically for it feels really good, because then any kind of front-loaded damage is not just gonna like immediately kill me. But yeah, I could obviously be better with the uptime of that, but oh well. It's not gonna make or break the build. Just makes it feel better when you're using it more actively. Yeah, that wasn't something I really felt comfortable doing until I got a much better chess piece, one with like 400 or 500 flat ES. Even still, some of these maps can just still be very sketchy. I mean, it's gonna be like that on anything. I mean, like the alternative, right, is you're playing some. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's probably some really thick characters out there that are doing okay, and if you have like crazy gear investment, like whatever. But you know, even like a hit-based headhunter build, like it's still gonna randomly pop in this kind of stuff, especially if you get like way too many like um, alter mods. The one thing that is nice though about like, cause I played like mostly a headhunter, like mostly headhunter builds last league, and nice thing is that like if you do die, you're not like scrambling to get buffs again or just like breaking your map because you literally can't kill anything without your headhunter buffs. So it doesn't feel like I'm like literally um, bricking the map nearly as often as sometimes I did with like, you know, a crazy invested bow character last league. But the Wisp were probably obviously much, yeah, we're definitely a lot harder to do than this. So, I don't know. It's a completely different league. I need to... I only ever read the rewards on the altars, and that always bites me in the ass, because I hate the meteor one so much. I don't know what it is about the meteors, but I just like feel like I tend to like just walk back and forth, and the meteors just crush me. I just like take like 6 to the face, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's meteors, and then I'll like buff up, run back in, and do the same thing, and like completely forget that there was meteors. I don't know. I don't know why my brain is like that, but I'm sure I can't be the only one. Yeah, it's an interesting comment with the 1500 hours and still feeling like a noob. I get that entirely. This game is so nuanced that you can spend, yeah, thousands of hours and still like you learn every day. I mean, I still learn every single day. So yeah, yeah, I can link my Atlas tree, but I don't actually have it built out anywhere. There's in my latest video, I spent like the first 5 seconds talking with it fully zoomed out, so you can like, you can find it there pretty easily. And if you don't want to, I'll go find it and link you the timestamp. But um, what it looks like is this. And another thing too is, realistically, you should just go watch Grimra's latest video if you're familiar with him, because he goes over this entire strategy in way, way more detail than I do. But the whole idea is that we're just stacking Harbingers and Scarab drop chance, and then just trying to put as many rare monsters into the map with Delirium and beyond. And then I just took this Necropolis stuff because I wanted to try it, and I don't know. People are thinking this is worth, and this is, I don't think this is. But this might be. I just like, I don't know. I am 50 maps into it, and have yet to see anything beyond an exalt buff or whatever, devoted modifier, whatever they're called. Yeah, mostly it's just been like more alterations and scourings. And yeah, I think I had one scarab thing, and it was after the nerf, and I used my meat sack, and it was like okay, but nothing crazy. Whereas I saw like day 1 or 2 people doing it, and they were like drop like 40, 50 scarabs out of like one mob or something ludicrous. Yeah, I'm sorry. When I get some time, I'll put together an actual Atlas tree. Let me just finish this map and I'll do it real quick for you. Shouldn't take more than 30 seconds. I can at least post that in the video too, so it'll be helpful in multiple ways. planers. Love them. Yep, there's another one. Almost didn't notice. Let's throw these stack decks. And never lucky. Okay, let me make you this passive tree real quick. Alright, 1 second. What is this? PoE planner not updated? Okay, it is. It was just defaulting to last season for some reason. So I'd be curious what everyone else league started, or if everyone is just here from my videos and are all also playing Cast on Crit, Detonate Dead, or maybe if you are playing this, what you might be looking at playing next, or what maybe you've seen that looks fun that you wish you rolled instead. I am only on YouTube, Ezo. I haven't used Shield Bass often before. I find it a bit clunky. I take it is there to apply mark and a bit of motility and frostbite. By shield bash, I think you mean shield charge, correct? Yeah, I mean it looks like a bash, so I get that. To apply mark and a bit for mobility. So, how much to invest for a solid? So give me 1 second, Paragon. So shield charge is primarily used for mobility, and it's actually one of the better skills once you have enough attack speed. Until you have enough attack speed, it doesn't feel great, I will give you that. But yes, you're not actually applying mark with it, so mark on hit with Assassin's Mark is just going to apply to all hits that you do. So it's not just from that, you're going to get it from every single time that you just throw Lancing Steel at something. Anyway, to make sure shield block moves, just kind of get better at just kind of ranging it out. What's up, Juan? How much to invest for a solid CoC DD? My character right now is probably 10, 15, 30. I mean, a safe number would be like 60 divines where I'm at, but the pricing of stuff is going up. So, I mean, by the time you get everything, maybe that's not going to be the case. But with that being said, you can get this build off the ground for a divine, maybe 2 divines. The only mandatory things are a 5-link chess piece, which you don't even need. I've had people do 4. Yeah, it's still going up. But I farmed everything here myself pretty comfortably. I didn't get any big drops, I mean, at all. One of my YouTube videos I talked about just did I take Deli reward? For what? I'm sorry. I'd love to comment on your last video, but maybe I can have better feedback here live. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Juan? Are you talking about the Atlas tree for Delirium reward? High crit chance to get it working, yes. Yeah, but Inquisitor gets so much crit chance. Like, that's why we play Inquisitor, because you're just basically getting so much with this. Yeah, Carnage Heart, 3 dragons, and a random half-decent weapon. Yeah, that's really all you need. Yeah, Juan, I have the same problem with my POB, and that was one of the reasons why I didn't post it forever, but it doesn't feel like that in practice, and even then, still, it doesn't really matter. So, like, in my POB, yeah, in my POB, it was defaulting like that forever until I changed my weapon, but I could fix it by typing in -1% attack speed into the configuration, and then that would make perfect. But if I actually took 1% attack speed off a piece of gear on my tree, it didn't change it at all. So I have no idea if something wasn't being configured correctly or working correctly, but yeah, that's why I was super hesitant to even post my POB for the longest time, and for whatever reason, when I got a new weapon, it just fixed itself. And maybe it was because of the flat attack speed or something, but it didn't change very much, and it didn't matter. Normally with my CoC CoC builds, I'll just go into the configuration and I'll just start typing in like plus 10% so I can kind of see like the range of what I have before I can like oh, I can get these gloves are like 6% more attack speed. It's not going to put me over the trigger rate. And I was doing that like minus 10, minus 100, minus 5,000, plus 1,000 attack speed, and it wasn't changing it to anything but like 0.001. So like I could not get it and I couldn't understand it. Choose Lancing Steel skill on the left and choose all attacks instead of single hit, and that should change your trigger rate. There you go. This guy's got it. It's something super simple. Yeah, half decent meaning crit chance and attack speed. I probably undersold it, but it was, you're just looking for like 1.7 attacks per second and like 7.5% critical strike chance on the weapon. And that's really all you need to get started. And that you can probably find for 10 chaos, maybe. I sold a really good one with crafted fire damage that I used for a while. Not really good, but the one I used before I got my hit can't be evaded one, which was one before this. I sold it for like 30 chaos, and yeah, they're definitely out there, and they're definitely pretty cheap. Let me finish this Atlas tree real quick. Yeah, I think someone asked if I'm only on YouTube. I am only on YouTube. I don't really care for Twitch. I try streaming on there. I never get anybody ever joins. So, you know, I've put in like 3 or 4 hours, and I haven't had more than, you know, a single viewer for like 3 seconds. So I just kind of gave up on it. It's just easier over here. I like doing the YouTube content anyways, because I can't really commit to a schedule because, you know, I work a full-time job and everything like that. So it's just kind of easier to be able to pop on here where I'll more than likely reach more people. And this should only take me a few minutes to get done. This gives a good chance for everybody to kind of take a look at it. And I'll put in where I'm going to put the remainder of my points, just so you kind of have an idea of what you need to get. Also need to like start streaming in a VM or something, because I do use this computer for work, and I don't want to show anything or do anything like that. So I could just be smart and set it up all correctly, but I'm not the smartest. Okay, so this is what I have. Export, get minified. There we go. Okay, so here is the Atlas tree for anybody that is curious. I'm going to go ahead and update the latest YouTube video with that as well real quick while I have a second, and then I'm going to keep answering you guys' questions and continually blast some maps. Also see if anyone has any questions on the YouTube videos that I can maybe answer. Playing standard DD now, and I like it, but 2 buttons are annoying. Yeah, I can't play 2-button builds. That's terrible. I played Bladefall, Blade Blast a long time ago, like a poison assassin variant of it. I think that was Ritual League, and it was strong. I liked it, but that was pretty much the last time I wanted to ever play a 2-button build. Okay. Alright. There we go. Alright, cool. Let's blast the map. Maybe one of these will end up being decent. I'm pretty sure like some of these like Parandus ones are like okay. Maybe like 30 or 40 chaos. Like these guys I think are like 30 COPs. There's like a really good one of these that's like 50 chaos or 100 chaos or something. Iris Freixia. Is she worth anything? No, not at all. 2 chaos. Any tips for leveling with Inquisitor skill-wise? Armageddon brand is still super strong, so Armageddon Brand is definitely the way you want to go with self-casting Desecrate with Cremation for like some of the bigger targets. But you really don't even have to do that. You can just kind of like run Armageddon Brand, and that kind of just nukes everything in the game. You use what is it? Molten. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the skill name. But the bouncy Molten Ball spell. Yeah, okay, I got level my Witch for DD. Yeah. Yeah, Inquisitor is like one of the smoothest leveling and mapping characters. It just, I don't know. At no point do you ever feel like weak playing this. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, especially considering just like after playing like so many like squishy Ranger builds that it's just like playing Inquisitor just felt super nice. Wow. Nothing good here. Not surprising. 50% less pack size, but plus one modifier tier that's not going to apply to anything. 50% more pack size, but pack density low. Probably not even worth it. Rolling Magma. Yeah, thank you. I don't know why I just could not think of that. So has anyone gotten any like crazy drops so far? Like literally, I think my most expensive drop has been the 10 div Scarab, which is cool. Yeah, I'm not complaining, but it's just really weird to imagine selling a Scarab for 10 divines. Just good fractured items. Yeah, they're always like a staple, right? It always feels like you can find like one or two like really solid ones. Like I just sold that fractured amethyst ring for like one and a half divines. I haven't hit anything crazy. Can you show me your weapon so I can see what I need but don't have? Yeah. This one's obviously way bigger than what you want, but you just want a foil because you're looking for the crit multi implicit, and then you're looking for at least 1.7 attacks per second and 7.5% critical strike chance just to start. Eventually you're going to look for something like this, but this is, I think, right now, how much is mine? Yeah, mine is, telling me there's none on the market? Doesn't, I have no idea why I can't find any. Yeah, I don't know. They're not showing any on the market right now, but mine was about like 10 divines. But the last I did check it, they were like 10 to 15 divines. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I actually got pretty lucky. I think the guy that was selling it was just trying to move it quickly because it was like 4 to 5 divines under everything else. Which I don't blame him. That's kind of how I sell a lot of my stuff too. Is just, you know, by the time you can act, like if you're like trying to price people out by like a 0.1 divine, like sure you might sell it, but like there's probably people out there that are just like constantly refreshing it like I do on like the items I know I want. And if I see something pop up for like less than, I'll stretch to make it happen or do whatever I can get to it and usually sell it much faster that way. Even in like niche items or like small market items. Yeah, but really, Paragon, you only need like a 10 Chaos weapon to get it started. I mean, the upfront investment for the weapon is one of the smallest portions of it. And I would argue that, like, realistically, just having something that even can use Lancing Steel is all you need to really get it going. But it is important that you do meet, like, a couple checkboxes before you transition. Excuse me. Yeah, you're gonna need some things before you do. Yeah, you're gonna need the trans gems. You're gonna want a 5 link. A 5 link is not necessary, but increased critical strike support gem is super helpful. Yeah, Yeah, there's a couple different things you want to have and kind of do need to have, but a big sword is definitely not one of them. So that was a terrible time to use haste. I just popped it standing in the middle of a bunch of enemies. Pretty easily killed myself. Oh. Gear upgrade prio. Yeah, I'm trying to think back. So let's just say that you've got, your 5 link or 6 link. We'll just say you've got your 6 link, you've got your Carnage Heart, your Gifts from Above, the 3 dragons, and you're kind of looking to upgrade from there. What's really good? One of the best first things you can honestly get is a hits can't be evaded sword, because then it allows you to drop the precision and some of the accuracy wields on the node or on the tree, which allows you to go in and get the spell suppression nodes and the health and ES nodes, which this build has just crazy damage. Like I was just not surprising like how fast and how strong the damage just came online with like so little gear investment. That like once you can do that, and then you can run vitality, and like what I'm saying is you can pick up these 2 wheels up here, right? Once you can do that, the build starts to feel tanky, and your damage is already just crazy because DD was buffed again for some reason. That kind of really helps for just kind of rounding out some of the defense of the character. From there, I would just incrementally start upgrading your gear, like your off pieces. Getting a big ring with a lot of resistances on it is pretty nice. Just because you can free up a lot of space on the other gear, so you can focus on getting things like suppression, big life, chaos resistance is obviously super nice. Ow, that's cool. Take that. Yeah, if you have a specific point that you're at, or like if a specific slot you're wondering about upgrading, or what you think would be better, I can certainly answer that. You upgraded your ring, and I'm looking forward to the amulet. Did you get the Polaric Devastation one? Yeah, Ezzo, what's up? Oh, nice. Congrats. Yeah, Polaric Devastation itself feels really good. That's even just a huge DPS upgrade, but also Yoke is great. I mean, Yoke is obviously really strong when you get it. Where do you get them? Yeah, so in Ventura's POB, it describes where you're going to get them, but I'll give you a brief rundown as soon as I'm out of this map here. And there is the idea of replacing the Katava Heralds with the Meat Sacks, which is an upgrade. It is a DPS increase to do so, so it's definitely worth doing, but it is pretty minimal for hit-based DD. From the couple conversations I saw about it, it's like 6 to 10% more damage, or 6 to 10% more life on compared to the Katava Herald, so it's not massive, but it's definitely worth doing. Like, I haven't done it, which, embarrassed to say, but definitely should be done. Well, mostly because I'm only popping them in these like crazy maps, and yeah, I don't know, they're expensive. But yeah, definitely worth it. Always the meteors. I think we're about done. I guarantee you, before the end of the stream, I will kill myself with meteors. It is absolutely inevitable. Thank you, Juan. I appreciate that. Yeah, the important thing too, the only thing about that, the Auric champions, you have to like run down and like spawn them. They're like in the Solaris temple, they're like the little statues that come, not little statues, but the big statues that come alive. You have to like run down and do it that way. You can't just desecrate them in. Is it the meat sack one? Or is there something else? It's like, it's been so long since I've even played Specters that, like, I'm not a huge minion build guy, so like DD, Necro, all that stuff is not like my, not really my, you know, forte. So I've always pretty much played, I've been a big Castle and Crit guy, I've been a big Assassin back when it was big, Trickster, much more right side of the tree stuff, and Inquisitor. So yeah, a lot of the questions with like the neck, or well, like just like the Spectre stuff, I'm really grasping at straws for it, not the meat sack. That was pretty cool getting the dupe T17 drop. It's the first time I've seen that, or I've had that. We got 7 now. Top of Herald, Sandstorm Slaves, Rattling Condemned, Cave Stalker. Okay, that's a new one. I don't think there would be any reason you can't. You're more than welcome to do so. I'm not gonna. I don't have like any mods or anything. You know, it's not a free pass to like go crazy and spam wild shit, but yeah, the cave stalkers. Okay, interesting. So you have to run some delve stuff. Daniel. So yeah, basically what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna get 2 of these midnight bargains here because we're looking to cap the maximum specters. And then what is the ring? The +5 level to gem unsaid ring, unique unsaid ring. You desecrate them on the mine encampment. Cool. But yeah, basically once you raise specters, you want to be able to have a cap of 5. And once you raise those 5, that's what becomes your desecrate pool. So afterwards, anytime that you're casting desecrate, it's going to be pulling the specters that you had raised. So you're just building up your specter pool to be the biggest, beefiest, thickest specters because we just want their health points. Yeah, Void Eye, thank you. But then once you do it, you're done until you need to like change one out, and then from there you just. And anyone, this is where my knowledge definitely lacks because again I don't play specters too much. But does it overwrite like your first specter? So like if I did Katava Heralds first, and then the next specter I raised, if it was not one of the same, would it overwrite the first one? That sounds like the way it should work. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, cool. Yeah. Try to roll something better than that. Oops. Yes, that's exactly right, Paragon. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some crazy tech there with like an entire other gear setup to just get as many specs. But yeah, like I don't know. I have been playing this build for a while, and obviously more damage is good, but it doesn't feel like necessary. Like I'd almost rather have like you know, like a thicker character at this point than more damage. Because like it's clearing all of this stuff fine, like it blasts through these bosses just fine, but like every now and again you just get dunked, and maybe that would be the best place to focus on. Because like, I don't really plan on like taking this character to like uber bosses or anything. Maybe, I don't know, who knows. But yeah, yeah, that's exactly right. And basically the only way we can mitigate that is by bolstering our fizz damage taken, right? So Incandescent Heart is probably like the best way to really achieve that. Be right back. But there is like this, actually, let me show you guys this real quick. There's like this crazy thick build that I found on here, and that was the whole thing I was talking about with the Incandescent Heart. It's with the Zabakwas. I think he has like 150k EHP. Let me just try and pull this up real quick. Let me see if I can find out where his build this was. Yeah, right here. This I think would be pretty cool. Let me capture this real quick. So this is all really new to me, so I'm just trying to figure this all out. Path of building. There we go. Okay. So this like full screen somehow. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's go to window. Oh, okay. Oh, I mean. Oh, what is going on with this? I'll put that. Wow. Wow, that is really, really bad. Try not to do this stuff in the middle of the stream. I'm sorry. Just scale this back down. Hopefully, maybe one can read it still. But this guy's build is crazy. I think it's a super unique way to do this, and definitely something that's crazy. But 150,000 EHP by basically stacking Zabakwas plus energized armor over here with Faith and Steel. And then yeah, actually getting large Fizz max hits, which is nice, because again, that's just one thing that Inquisitor is always going to struggle with. So I think that's pretty cool. So your idea is that your pull combines with the local pull, and the bigger your pull, the higher chance you pull one of your beefy courses. It sounds correct. Again, that's kind of like where my fringe knowledge comes into play with it. I'm not the most versed on all of the DD Desecrate stuff. And I think I undersold a lot of the damage in the POB, because it definitely feels and plays like it's more than 10 million DPS. This is a nice map. We're gonna run that. Maybe. I mean, it's probably gonna get me killed. So I feel about basically any 8-mod map, but doesn't look too crazy. Quant, crumbs, tormented spirits. Big quant. Can we do anything fun there? Tattoos? Yeah, why not? Nice. Which one's curation? Yeah, yoke is huge. Oh, okay. What's that selling for? I'm still like completely lost on what all the new names are and what all of them are doing. 5 plus div. Nice. Take those. That's what it's all about right there. That's what I think is really cool about this strategy, if this is what you're employing or not. I feel like most strategies are involving scarabs in a lot of ways right now. But either way, that's what's super fun about this, is just, I mean, you just never really know what you're gonna get. Like, it feels like there's such a large pool that, like, it's like anytime you, like, see scarabs dropping, you're just like, it could be crazy. Oh, that guy's beefy. What the hell? Oh, okay, that's why. Okay. Of course I picked meteors. Yes, I did pick meteors. I saw the double scarabs and I got excited. I think this is gonna be the map. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I've been seeing some people pulling just like absolute monstrous stuff out of there, but it feels like just gambling, right? Are you just like spamming maps to like open for the lantern stuff? Yeah, the amulet can come at a much later point. Like the Carnage Heart plus 3 dragons and everything is more than adequate to get you like through red maps, through all. I did like all of my watchstones and basically all the invitations on it as well without any of it. So I mean, you can really make this entire build work on just like a shoestring budget. I say that. I mean, budget and currency farming is different for a lot of people, but realistically, 5 divines will make this build feel really good, and anything after that just starts to become even better. It allows you to push further strategies. Yeah, it's very cheap to get moving, which is one of the things that's really cool about it, and one of the reasons I'm glad to kind of like be representing it in a way, or at least trying to help some people, because it doesn't take a lot, and it's a really cool idea and a fun build to play. This is 100% going to be the map I die to. Just can feel it. The meteors are going to get me. Especially when you just have like fully automated flasks, you're never really realizing when they're being pressed. I did also finally roll better flasks for the first time in a while. I was like still using the flasks I made like on the second day. I finally qualityed them all. Just got actually better rolls on all of the stuff. No, like it almost also feels like there's potential to just drop the life flask entirely. Like I feel like the only time like you're trying to press it, but it doesn't even matter. Like if you're gonna die, like you're just getting like one shot and like that's it. Like it never feels like your regen. I mean, like I guess, you know, for certain encounters, you know, definitely if you're like bossing and stuff, you're always gonna want one. But like stuff like this, I couldn't even remember. I don't think I've pressed my life flask like maybe once. Life flask on slot 5? Wow, I don't know, I would always mishit it then. I like keep it on 1 forever. Just because it's right there. I just spam it. But again, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't even feel like I'm using it at all. I feel like I could get away with another utility flask. Has anyone looked into that new flask belt at all? I think I saw Jung made a video on it, but I'm kind of curious like where that thing's gonna end up and how people are gonna utilize it. It can't ever be that much. It's gonna be like what, like budget Mage Blood? Is that like the idea with it? Obviously it's gonna be like really, really strong on some specific builds and stuff that really aim to utilize it. I'm sure it's gonna be expensive now, but it's not super rare from what I heard, right? And then, you know, you're always just gonna be able to divine it up. Mostly life and resistances. Nothing is really essential on the gear except, you know, you're gonna obviously want to hit spell suppress cap eventually. You're gonna hit chaos resist cap eventually. But those things are like nice to have, but not needed. Spell suppression is like pretty much fully gained from the tree in the beginning as well, so you only need it on like maybe one piece of gear. I can't remember, but you don't need a lot of it. So like the gearing pressure is really low in the beginning too. But yeah, obviously, like, having max Callus Res won't be a thing without higher investment, and, you know, later on you'll need to get much more suppression on your gear because you're going to drop a ton of the suppression on tree. And I'm still not completely capped at 95% with Quartz Flask up, which feels good enough. I mean, I could get some tattoos, which ideally I should do, but... Well. Well, fortunate, we're rich. Hey, my life flask. Yeah, bosses is no joke. I didn't realize that. Let me go back and do this. I'm gonna pin this message. There we go. Cool. Still haven't seen anything too exciting tonight. I feel like I have to have a ton of annulments now. Be enough for a divine. Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite builds in a while. Actually really excited about it. And I'm not sure what is going to be next up. Archmage stuff looks fun. I mean, I loved Archmage as an archetype until they like gutted it forever ago. So it seems like that'll be exciting to get into. But there's no like skills that like really excite me, you know. Like I love Arc. Arc is super fun. I love Arc, and I think I miss just some of the older ways that we played Spark and stuff, like with Voltaxic Rift and stuff. Just character enter precinct. What? Hmm. What's your Scarab tab looking like? Okay, I'm getting there. Wonder how much this is worth. I'm like so far off away from like my next upgrade, unless I just like kind of incrementally upgrade my rares. But I kind of want to just save up for, um, kind of want to just save up for Awakened Cast on crit. So we're about 7 divines in the Scarab tab right now. A little less. That's not too bad. Plus we dropped a 6 divine, 6 divine cluster jewel. We dropped a 1.5 divine fractured amethyst ring with tier 1 life. So we've made like 15 divines in 2 hours, maybe? Yeah, 2 hours and so. But I mean, 2 of those things are pretty lucky. But yeah, always getting some kind of luck, right? Some way or another, hopefully, potentially. Like most of the time it just like pays itself back in some way or another. You might not get lucky on one given day, but then you'll just get something crazy. That's really good. Let's see if we can better. No, that's alright. You can run this. It's pretty good. 1% quant. Maybe I can actually finally level. Where's fusing? One of these times, I swear, we're gonna see something cool. One of these times. But thanks so much to everyone that's hanging out, that's viewing, that's chatting, that's asking questions. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. So one thing I want to be able to always do is try to, you know, provide as much help and support I can in any way I can. You know, I don't like, you know, a lot of times I'll tell people that I don't know, even after doing this for so long. Like, there's a lot of things that I still don't know, and I'd much rather tell you that I don't know than tell you the wrong information. But that's alright. Most of the times we can figure it out together, or someone, you know, is kind enough to provide the correct response or the correct answer, which is cool. Oh, okay. A little sketch. No. I knew it was gonna happen. But it wasn't in the map and not the way that I thought it was gonna be. I could have sworn it was gonna be meteors. Because that always kills me. Oh, I didn't even realize I have 2 shrines back here anyways. Yeah, this was one gonna be crazy. We're definitely give them 10,000 armor. Doesn't really matter. Scarabs. Yep. want that. I just love to find like just some dupe crazy scarab. It would be a great way to like cap out the session. Yeah, some just casual, like a 5 divine scarab dupe or something. Nothing crazy. No, you definitely don't need a 100% crit chance. Not anywhere close. Yeah, don't need a 100% crit chance. Realistically, I wish I remembered what mine was looking like early on, but you don't need a lot, and that's one of the nice things is because um, Lancing Steel is firing so many projectiles, you're hitting the enemy so many times that you're pretty much always going to be hitting your trigger cap based on your CDR. So yeah, you don't need a ton of crit. Like I said, a Diamond Flask, you know, Merc Lab, you know, on Inquisitor, and you're basically good to go. Having the 5th link with increased critical strikes chance and the Heartseeker wheel on the tree, that's basically all you need, which is really very, very minimal. If you just go to level 70 before you try to transition, you'll have a much easier time. So just like, yeah, finish the campaign and run maps for like 10-20 minutes. Harbinger Scarab of War Hordes. What is that? That's the... These shards are duplicated. I mean, that would be cool. Still don't think it's that good though. I mean, maybe if you're not, you know, someone else and not me, and you're getting tons of fracturing shards drops, that could be crazy. Whoa. You can run it without 5-link. I had someone in my comment section on one of my videos told me that he was doing it, or they were doing it with literally a 4-link. So I personally was able to get a 5-link. I mean, now at this point, I got my 5-link on day 1, so you know, at this point, like, I think you should be able to find one for like Chaos and Elk, maybe. I mean, you can probably find a 6-link for that, a corrupted one. Okay, so there you go. Yeah. Yeah, if you, I mean, I imagine that you probably had some gear set up to do that, but if not, maybe not. Yeah. I mean, imagine having everything good to go. Like even some of the different like leveling uniques could probably go a long way with just making it super easy too. Yeah, Divine at level 45, that's a great way to start your character. Yeah, I think with literally 130 chaos or 140 chaos, whatever you earn from a Divine would be more than enough to get you to red maps and beyond. Maybe not more. And you literally finish the Atlas with 1 Divine. I honestly wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, just like, you know, you don't really have a great indication of what your DPS is, like, early on, because, like, you know, you're blasting, like, tier 2 map bosses, and they are dying quick. But then, like, you go and do, like, your first Guardian, and you just, like, melt Minotaur, and you're just like, okay, holy shit, like, this build does so much damage. And you're like, I haven't touched this gear since white maps. Use 2 one-handed swords. Yeah, and that makes sense, yeah. Get a lot of extra crit chance that way. Yeah, I was having a ton of fun. Unfortunately, I just don't think it's like, I mean, it's definitely viable. I feel like anything really is viable. But I was having a lot of fun doing like my first strategy that, so I normally, for what it's worth, I normally just play like map blasting, go in, farm a mage blood super fast, you know, or a headhunter or whatever, and I usually almost pay for carries for everything, for fifth way slot, for fifth map slot, for all the invitations, all the watchstones. I just paid for all that stuff always because it was just always easier for me, and my builds could never do that stuff, right? They were like double inspired learnings, 3k life ranger builds, and this league I kind of did a completely opposite thing where I farmed up everything for all the invitations myself and did all the guardians and all the watchstones myself, which was really cool. Um, and like a really fun way to go about doing it in Trade League because I'd never have gone about and done it that way. And you know, then I was able to sell just like a ton of bulk Conqueror maps, just like spamming them. And there's probably some way you can like incorporate that in with like the map fishing, so where you're just like, you know, rushing down the boss as soon as possible, getting like the corpses, getting the Conqueror maps, getting like all of that stuff, and then like also just like fishing for those like specific combinations with the all flames and shit. Like I'm sure there's probably like some really cool strategy that could be done there that could be like really fine tuned. Oh well, it's not going anywhere, you know. If anything, like as the league goes on, like the rares will be cheaper at least. The uniques are obviously always going to fluctuate. I mean, yoke is definitely going up still, which is a pain, but you know, getting the build off the ground is easier and cheaper now than it ever was. Oh, this has got to be pretty good actually, right? This filled coffin? Nope, okay, never mind. Yeah, how much is even the trans gem now? 50 chaos for the base? Wow. That is so surprising to me. How many are on the market? There's way less on the market now than there was earlier, and probably because people were farming them so much early on. Because I remember like when I bought mine, there was like 300 on the market, and I was just searching by live search, and they were just getting posted like every second. I know like these aren't worth anything. People want like the opposite for weapon. Well, maybe these are. I don't think so. Yeah, no, they're super common. Oh no, has anyone? Yeah, I worked till 6 today. I just got done 2 hours ago. Um, has anyone sold like any decent corpses? I haven't sold a single one. I went through and like looked at a bunch of them earlier, and you know, like went on PoE Ninja and looked for like the ones that are, you know, good, and I don't have any of them. Best one is Copy. Copy's really big. Let me see here. Copy is really big, and then some other really expensive ones. The experimental weapon, which I don't, you know, what is this? Creating a fractured weapon? Is that what this is? But yeah, the create an additional item and sacrificial garb, grasping mail, you know, those crazy bases. And then like maybe the most common one is like the gem modifiers being scarcer, which sounds like the most common one, but who knows. And then like resistance modifiers being scarcer. They're all like 70 to 125 C. Yeah, the item level 84 crafting additional items like 250 chaos right now. But yeah, I haven't seen a single one. Yeah. People are selling them at hella markup on TFT, all corpses basically. Yeah. It'd be cool if there was like a way to, you know, maybe there is. I mean, I'm just not aware to like bulk price out of oh, it is. Yeah, there is a tab now. There's a coffin tab on TFT Trove, the bulk website. How much money do I have in corpses? 4 divines. What are people buying them at though? That's an interesting thing, right? Buying them at 100%. Bulk coffin want to buy. Buying individual ones. What about entire tab? Or do they have a specific thread here? One to bulk coffin, one to sell. 100%, 80%, 100%, 100%, 50%. 70%, 80%. Okay. So, I don't know. I feel like another, I mean, technically if I go through it, I'd probably make like another 3 divines out of that. So that's cool. Okay, right now we got, what? We got 7 divines there. We have over a divine in exalted orbs. Over a divine in annulments. So we got realistically like, yeah, div and ancient orbs. Buying corpses credit. Yeah, I bet it is. It seems so cool, but like, I don't know. This is like one of those things too where, like, I want to engage with it, but, you know, with the time I have, I just don't feel like investing all the time to like learning it and trying it. And I'm sure there's fantastic guides out there and everything too, but probably just gonna sell them for a while. And then when I go into SSF or whatever, that's when I'll probably just play around with it. That way I don't feel terrible about wasting money. We'll be right back. Alright. Let's go. I really do not like less recovery rate. That just completely bricked. I should just make a quad tab for this. I don't know why I'm making it difficult. Oh, I should have just rolled that one with rare monsters. Oh well, whatever. 3 additional random scarab effects. I don't know. That sounds cool. Let's try it. Whatever. Plus, I kind of want to level. And not running like 130 quant 8 blood maps for like a little bit. Yeah, that's a great point, Cecina. You just need like 60 corpses for like each craft or something, I'd imagine. Cool. Chromatic orbs. Just what I wanted. Okay. SNS touch. Are these worth anything? The first pack in the map? That's interesting. Always a cool drop to get. Feels really fun to get in SSF. Meteors. Cool. Just what I wanted. I willingly took them. I just said I didn't want to die. Just ran right into that. Yeah, the Scout was always such a cool card to drop. Cards, uniques. Well, one thing I definitely could upgrade is the Joels. My Joels are terrible. That's a good one. I mean, this one's labeled differently. Is this one good? Probably okay, maybe. Or am I tripping? They're all labeled like that. I just never noticed. Oh, okay. I don't even remember what. Oh, okay. I know which one this one. I don't know how much it is. This map's turning out to be pretty decent. Okay. I don't know what my threshold is on this. Maybe these aren't all good. Pretty sure that Essence one is pretty strong. I swear I have like a magnet form. Or I just see them and it's like a big red circle and I just run into it. Alright, how much are these things worth? 50 chaos for that essence one. And I'm dying. And the ambush one is... Okay, ambush one, whoa. But people are selling them from 90 chaos to 200 chaos. So probably more than likely like 190. That's not bad. And then SNS worth anything? No, 10 chaos. That sucks. That's not too bad. Take that. Take those. Time to get a little bit of luck tonight. Nothing crazy, but like that's the thing that I like about this a lot is that it's just always felt like just consistent. Like you're making stuff no matter what. Like as you're just filling your scarab tab, you're just making money that way. Corpses, obviously, potentially, you have your all flames as well. Obviously people are, or hopefully people are doing better than I am with the haunted modifiers or whatever. I've been all bad. I've not gotten a single decent one, but then you have that too. And then yeah, you have these like big scarab drops that can just be worth a ton of money when you get them. I think Grimmer posted something about like making like 15 divines or an hour or something. I definitely didn't come anywhere close to that, but I think I made, I don't know, 20 divines in 2.5 hours. So not terrible. I'll take it. If I'd have gotten some really crazy scarab drops, obviously that could have influenced it pretty hard, but I did get pretty lucky with some of the other stuff. Yeah, realistically though, I think that's probably going to be it for me, guys. I appreciate everybody stopping out and all the questions and all the conversations we got to have. Appreciate everybody stopping in and saying hello. And yeah, I'll try to continue streaming a little bit in the evenings here when I can after work, just to kind of further answer any questions that people might have. So yeah, please subscribe and take a chance, or if you have time, to check out my videos. There's a lot of extra information in those and a lot of different things I go over in those videos too. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. I do really, really appreciate it. Have a nice night, guys.